it's this weather. It's not stopped raining for about 3 days, it feels like. If you notice a couple of in the car videos coming out, that is why I'm struggling to get outdoor content in between the blinking rain showers. But I was just going to do an indoor one to introduce you to a fairly recent addition to the barn. Oh, that's what you're doing. I saw that. Meow, meow. This is Cat. Cat has been mine for quite a few years, I think about 8 years. I first got Cat when I was on my livery yard, and she belonged to a friend who turned out to be allergic to her, so they were looking to rehome her. She was a 2-year-old at the time. I had the yard. I was like, oh, she's a good mouser. Yep, she's a good mouser. Brilliant. So she came to live on the yard, and she was more or less an outdoor cat. Then I moved, and I did try to bring her up to this barn, because we did have the barn at the time for the ponies, but I stopped living on my livery yard. I went to live in a town when I bought a house. I didn't want to take her to the town because it's just not really a good place for cats. There's a lot of fast driving boy races on little roads and things. And I just thought she's going to get run over. So I tried to move up to this barn. And because it's actually only a few fields over from the livery yard, she just kept going back. Tried it a couple of times and she just kept turning back at the livery yard. So for a few years, she stayed down there and she was just being fed by the lasses there, always providing the food, or at least some dry biscuits, which I think she mostly turned her nose up at. And if she needed anything, they let me know. Otherwise, she was quite happy there. And then one day she had an accident. We don't know exactly what happened, but her belly was ripped open. That was a vet visit. That was an expensive one, wasn't it? Because on a Saturday. So a vet visit. And then I took her back to my house for recuperation. When was that? Around Christmas time, maybe. It was winter anyways. Because it was winter, I thought she can be an indoor cat for the winter while she recuperates. She's not a young cat anymore, I suppose. So that was fine. And she did well and she recovered really well. It wasn't really serious. Then come the warmer weather, I was like, I really don't want to have to keep her indoors if I can help it. She's not really an indoors cat. She was climbing the walls a little bit, but I didn't want to let her out in the town. Tried bringing her back here again, and it's worked. She's stayed. So she just is here now. When I pull up in the morning, she comes running, don't you? You mither me for some food, feeding her wet food, which is a luxury for me, isn't it? But that was to try to keep her here and not let her be tempted to go back to the livery yard. So she mithers me for food, sillies about like cats do. I think she's quite happy. She does have a name, her official name, not from me. She was cat bum. She was officially named Lady Fluffy Boots. I've only ever really called her cat. Lady, I suppose, but really, I just call her cat. So you are right, aren't you? I'm not really a cat person. I don't know tons about cats. You were kind of acquired to be a yard cat, and it's kind of what you are now. I don't know if she does a lot of mousing anymore. I think she's too keen for her wet food. I'm not sure you're bothering, but that's all right. As long as you're happy mooching around here. So she follows me into the field sometimes, into the barn field, mooches around the yard. I'm not seeing her on the fell. I don't think she's ventured out to the fell. I don't think she needs to. Maybe she will, but as a 10-year-old, a cat's a bit less adventurous as 10-year-olds maybe. When she was on the livery yard, I used to be out and it was, I had a lot of acres then. I'd be out in faraway fields and she'd turn up, meow, 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 turn up and like, what are you doing here? So she had a great life there, but thought there's no point in sending you back there if you're going to have accidents, is there? She can maybe come back to my house for winter. Again, if she wants to winter inside, I'll see what it's like. I mean, there's plenty in here. There's plenty of shelter. She's got a little bed, but she's also been sleeping in piles of hay. Made your own bed, haven't you? Maybe you can be an indoor cat for winter. What do you think?